Hi, good evening. Steve Adler. Got a minute? It's going to be short tonight again. Tomorrow we have the state of the city. We'll talk about that in just a second. Let's take a look at the numbers and see where we are. Why don't you pull up, Anita, the first dashboard? New hospital admissions, 41. 7-day moving average, 37. That's the same 7-day moving average that we had yesterday at 37. Look at the graph in the middle. You can see that we were headed down, and we've kind of plateaued out at this point at 41. We'll talk about plateauing in a second, but you can see that. On the numbers to the right, 273 new cases. The 7-day moving average is 218. I think that's kind of an anomaly. Picked some weekend numbers in there. I think that were low, but 273 is up above. It's not a constantly dropping number, but that graph is still better. The graph shows us at 41 admissions, 37 7-day moving average, puts us in that yellow caution area. But it's an area that doesn't have us in danger of overwhelming our hospitals or ICUs. And that's good. It doesn't drop down far enough for us to feel good about schools and businesses, more kinds of businesses opening up. And really, that's kind of the place the city is right now, the choice that the city gets to make. But we'll come back to that. Number of people hospitalized, 7-day moving average, 330. You see it in the mint-colored numbers. That is below the 7-day. That's the 7-day moving average. The number of people we have tonight in hospitals, 309. So the number of people we have are below our 7-day moving average. In our ICUs, 7-day moving average, 122. And we have 113 in our ICUs. So the number in our hospitals, number in our ICUs, continuing to trend downwards. And then ventilators, 7-day moving average is 82. The number actually on ventilators tonight, 74. Again, so we're feeling better now about hospitals and ICUs and ventilators. I will say that we have to get that even lower because in another few months we're going to be looking at the flu season, and I'm real concerned about what happens if we have just a regular flu season. Just a regular flu season can sometimes fill up our ICUs and our emergency room and our hospitals and our ventilators. So we have to, this time we have to make sure that we don't have a virus on top of the flu, which means that everybody should be getting their flu shots. But it also means we really need to drive those numbers down even farther so we're prepared for the flu. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next chart. The next dashboard, also on the city site, shows us with 21,822 cases. That's with the addition of the 273 that we just had. The numbers in green are the daily numbers for hospitalizations, ICUs, and ventilators. We already compared those to the 7-day moving average. Number of people passed away is 287. That represents an increase of 2 people from yesterday. The number was 285. Just to reinforce that this is deadly virus and still real serious. Okay, we saw that number that was plateauing out. Only a few days so far, about 4 or 5. Really can't judge from that, but it's the early indication. Let's take a look at the University of Texas modelers page. So we can see that, or Dr. Escott, whichever one, Anita, you have first in the queue would be good. Here's the University of Texas. Green dots on that chart are the actual hospitalizations, 7-day moving average. This has the numbers up through August 2nd. You can see the dark green line shows us gently heading down tomorrow as we move into the future. The numbers at the top of the page, we continue to watch. The reproduction number, 0.64, is really good. Probability of the epidemic is growing, 4%. That's down from the number that we had before. Chances, the odds are that we have 45% less infection than we had 14 days ago. All those numbers are good. Those numbers at this point would indicate that we can still pull this number down, that we're not leveling off. So we have that kind of ambiguity, but we have that with the signs when they're starting to come in. We've been dealing with that since the beginning of this. You take the information, you make the best judgments that you can, and you continue to watch it. I am concerned that we will taper off and not keep heading down, because I know how much people want the opening of schools to be able to be sustained. I know how much people want to open up even more and more businesses. If we plateau and stay where we are, we're not going to be able to do that in the way that we would like. But if we can keep driving it down, then we have a chance, which means people can't relax. You have to keep wearing the masks. You have to social distance. You have to avoid large groups when you can, and minimize being around and gathering with other people, and kind of getting used to this way of life. We really need to focus on doing whatever it takes to be able to support the schools and support the businesses in our community. Tomorrow, like I said, we're going to do the State of the City address, a little different than we've done it in the past. We've done it in the past, we hold it in a physical location, and then people show up to participate. This one's going to be virtual. I'll probably be sitting here at the same desk. I think the city's going to actually help with the transmission this time, so probably a little better quality that you'll see. But it's on tomorrow. It's at 6 p.m. tomorrow, so an hour earlier than the Got a Minute. It's going to be on ATXN. It's hashtag ATX SOTC, State of the City. But I hope that you'll tune in then. I'm going to talk about lots of things, but I'm going to really focus on things like homelessness. I'm going to talk about the budget we're going through right now, and policing. I'm going to talk about Project Connect, launching that campaign, some of the big things that the city's looking at. I'm going to talk about justice and equity in our city. We'll talk about this year that is unlike any year that any of us anticipated, really. A year ago, and I hope that you'll tune in and watch that tomorrow night. We're going to close tonight looking at the mailbag. Becky Passner, she's a mom here in Austin, and she sent me one of the coolest at-home projects that I've seen during this duration. She has two children. They are 7 and 12. And they've been working on a quarantine songbook. So they've been adapting song lyrics to current tunes. So this is a song that they sent to me. It was put to the tune of Little Red Corvette by Prince, because this is Becky's favorite. Becky's the mom. And sent the lyrics. I'm going to give you the lyrics here in case anybody wants to sing this. This is about the Little Red COVID. I have been urged by my staff to sing this song to sign off tonight. But all that would do is be thoroughly embarrassing if I did anything other than just humming it in my head. And there's enough going on with the virus right now. I'm not going to subject the community to that. But this is just an incredibly neat project. The message is important. I'm rooting for these kids, for these two to get a record deal and a Grammy Award. With that, tune in, watch the State of the City tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Good night. You all take care and be safe.